If you don't take responsibility for your existence, someone or something else will. And when that happens, you no longer own your life. You become a byproduct of external circumstances, pushed and pulled by society, expectations, and fleeting emotions. Responsibility is not just about doing what is required of you. It is about acknowledging that your life is yours to shape, and no one else will do it for you. It is about realizing that every action you take or fail to take has consequences. If you don't steer your own course, you will drift, and drifting is dangerous. It leads to regret, to purposelessness, to resentment. Many people avoid responsibility because it is difficult. It is easier to blame your circumstances, your upbringing, or other people for your failures. But the harsh truth is that as long as you refuse to take responsibility, you remain powerless. You cannot change what you will not claim as your own. The moment you say, "This is my life and I am responsible for it," everything changes. You stop being a victim and start becoming a creator. Taking responsibility means understanding that life is difficult, unfair, and sometimes cruel. But it also means knowing that despite all that, you still have the power to respond. No matter where you start, no matter what obstacles you face, you can take action. And that action, no matter how small, is what defines you. A responsible person does not wait for the perfect conditions to start. They begin where they are with what they have and they push forward. It is not enough to simply exist. You must strive to be something more. That means taking responsibility for your body by treating it well, eating right, and staying strong. It means taking responsibility for your mind by feeding it. If you don't take responsibility for your existence, you allow yourself to be controlled by forces outside of you, whether it be other people, circumstances, or even your own emotions. Many people drift through life without ever claiming ownership of their choices, their failures, or their potential. They blame their past, their upbringing, or the unfairness of the world for their lack of progress. But the moment you acknowledge that your life is your responsibility, everything changes. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You stop making excuses. You begin to realize that no one is coming to fix your problems, and the only person who can make a difference in your life is you. Taking responsibility is not just about doing what is expected of you. It is about stepping up and embracing the reality that you are the architect of your future. Yes, life is unfair. Yes, challenges will come. But you have two choices. You can either let these difficulties define you, or you can take control and define yourself through your actions. You must take responsibility for your mind by filling it with knowledge, discipline, and resilience. You must take responsibility for your body by treating it with respect, building strength, and maintaining health. You must take responsibility for your relationships, ensuring that you contribute rather than simply take. And above all, you must take responsibility for your purpose. Because without purpose, responsibility becomes a burden instead of a guiding force. If you do not set a clear aim in life, you will find yourself lost, wandering from one distraction to another, wondering why nothing ever feels fulfilling. A person without a goal is like a ship without a destination, adrift in the ocean at the mercy of the winds and the waves. Setting an aim gives your life direction. It creates meaning in your struggles. It provides a reason to endure difficulty and to push forward even when the path is uncertain. Many people fear setting goals because they are afraid of failure. But the truth is, failing while pursuing a meaningful goal is far better than never trying at all. If you aim at nothing, you will hit nothing. A clear aim allows you to measure progress, to correct your course, and to grow as a person. It forces you to take responsibility for your actions and your development. It gives structure to your days and purpose to your efforts. Even if you don't know exactly what your ultimate goal is, you must start by aiming at something higher than where you are now. Life will throw distractions, temptations, and hardships at you. If you do not have a strong aim, these things will consume you. You will waste time chasing pleasures that do not fulfill you. You will become easily discouraged by setbacks. But when you have a meaningful goal, everything changes. Obstacles become challenges to overcome rather than excuses to give up. Difficulties become part of the process rather than reasons to stop. You become stronger, more disciplined, and more determined. And that is what separates those who waste their lives from those who make something of themselves. You must decide which path you will take. If you don't take responsibility for your existence, you will be at the mercy of circumstances, other people's decisions, and your own untamed emotions. Many people move through life without realizing that every action they take or fail to take shapes their future. They blame their failures on their past, their environment, or the challenges they face, but none of those things define them. What truly defines a person is their response to difficulty. Responsibility is the foundation of a meaningful life. It is the act of standing up and saying, I will take control of my future regardless of my starting point. No one else will do it for you. There is no one coming to rescue you. If you don't take charge of your life, you will be controlled by forces that don't care about your well-being. Responsibility means owning your thoughts, your actions, and your direction. It means recognizing that while life is unfair, you still have choices that determine your future. It is through responsibility that a person develops strength, resilience, and purpose. Strength, resilience, and purpose. Without it, life becomes chaotic, directionless, and unfulfilling. If you do not set a clear aim, you will drift aimlessly. Life does not hand out meaning freely. You must create it for yourself. Without a goal, you are like a ship lost at sea, pushed by the tides and the wind, moving but never arriving. Many people avoid setting goals because they fear failure. But failure is not the worst thing that can happen. Aiming at nothing is far worse. At least when you aim at something, you have a direction, a reason to get up in the morning, a challenge that forces you to grow. Without a goal, you are more likely to be swayed by distractions and short-term pleasures that ultimately lead to dissatisfaction. A clear goal gives your actions weight. It helps you push through hardship because you know the struggle is meaningful. Even if your aim is not perfectly defined, it is better to pursue something rather than remain stagnant. The act of striving itself will refine your direction over time. If you don't know where to begin, start by aiming at something better than your current situation. That is enough to begin the process of growth. Life is filled with challenges, and there is no way to avoid them. Running from difficulties only makes them grow stronger while you grow weaker. Many people spend their lives avoiding discomfort, afraid of failure, rejection, or hardship. But avoiding problems does not solve them. It only ensures that they control you. Strength is not built in comfort. It is forged through struggle. Every great person in history, every individual who has achieved something meaningful, has done so by confronting difficulties head-on. If you want to build a strong mind, you must challenge it with new knowledge and uncomfortable truths. If you want to develop discipline, you must resist the easy path and choose the difficult one. If you want to be respected, you must be willing to stand firm in your beliefs even when others oppose you. Growth requires effort. If you avoid struggle, you remain weak, dependent, and easily broken. But if you face challenges with courage, you become something more. You develop resilience, confidence, and the ability to shape your own destiny. The choice is simple. Either confront your difficulties and grow stronger, or run from them and remain powerless. If you don't take responsibility for your existence, you will become a passive participant in your own life, watching as circumstances dictate your future instead of actively shaping it. Many people move through life without a sense of ownership over their decisions, blaming external factors for their failures while ignoring the power they have to create change. Responsibility is the starting point of all personal growth. It requires acknowledging that while life is unfair, you still have control over your actions and responses. No one is coming to rescue you, and no one owes you anything. The moment you embrace this truth, you stop being a victim and start becoming a person who influences their own fate. Taking responsibility means owning your thoughts, choices, and habits. It means understanding that everything you do has consequences and that you have the power to determine what those consequences will be. It means refusing to make excuses and instead committing to improvement. Those who take responsibility build strong foundations for their lives, while those who avoid it drift aimlessly, never truly achieving their potential. If you do not set a clear aim, you will find yourself lost in distractions, unsure of why you feel dissatisfied or unfulfilled. Life does not hand you meaning. You must create it through purposeful action. People who lack goals are easily swayed by temporary pleasures, wasting their time and energy on things that provide no lasting value. Without a defined aim, you cannot measure progress, and without progress, there is no growth. A clear goal gives direction to your efforts. It provides a reason to endure hardship, a purpose that makes the struggle worthwhile. Many people avoid setting goals because they fear failure. But failure is not the real enemy. Stagnation is. When you aim at something, even if you fall short, you are still moving forward, learning, and becoming stronger. The pursuit of a goal forces you to grow in ways that comfort never will. If you don't know where to start, aim at something higher than where you are now. The act of striving will refine your purpose and show you the next step. Those who refuse to set goals often wake up years later, filled with regret, realizing they have wasted time on things that never truly mattered. Life is full of challenges, and there is no escaping them. Avoiding problems does not make them disappear. It only ensures that they accumulate until they overwhelm you. Strength is built through confrontation, not avoidance. Many people live in fear of failure, discomfort, and hardship, never realizing that these very things are necessary for growth. When you avoid difficulties, you remain weak, dependent, and easily broken. But when you face them head on, you develop resilience, confidence, and the ability to shape your own destiny. If you want to build mental strength, you must push yourself to learn new things, confront uncomfortable truths, and challenge your own beliefs. If you want to develop discipline, you must choose the hard path over the easy one. If you want to be respected, you must stand firm in your values, even when faced with opposition. The world rewards those who take action despite their fears, not those who seek to avoid discomfort. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. And strength is what allows you to carve your own path in life instead of being controlled by external forces. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Many people waste their lives because they choose comfort over discipline, pleasure over purpose, but comfort is deceptive. It feels good in the moment, but over time it robs you of your potential. The path of least resistance leads to weakness, mediocrity, and regret. Discipline, on the other hand, leads to strength, achievement, and self-respect. It is not about punishing yourself, but about training yourself to do what is necessary, even when it is difficult. Those who develop discipline learn to control their impulses, to stay focused on their goals, and to push forward when others give up. They understand that short-term sacrifices lead to long-term rewards. Discipline is what separates those who create meaningful lives from those who drift aimlessly. If you lack discipline, you will be ruled by your emotions, your distractions, and your fears. But if you cultivate discipline, you will gain control over yourself, and with that control comes the power to shape your own destiny. Those who choose discipline over comfort become the people who achieve great things, while those who avoid discipline become trapped in a cycle of regret. The choice is yours. If you don't take responsibility for your existence, you surrender control over your life to external forces, your circumstances, your emotions, or other people's expectations. Many individuals drift through life believing that their failures are someone else's fault, that their lack of progress is due to an unfair world, and that their suffering is beyond their control. But this mindset keeps you weak and stagnant. The moment you accept full responsibility for your life, everything changes. You no longer wait for things to get better. You take action to make them better. You stop blaming your past and start focusing on what you can do in the present. Taking responsibility means recognizing that while life is unfair, you are still accountable for your actions, decisions, and mindset. It means understanding that no one is coming to save you, and if you don't take control, your potential will wither away. Growth begins when you stop making excuses and start taking ownership of your future. Those who avoid responsibility remain stuck in mediocrity, while those who embrace it carve their own paths and become stronger with every challenge they face. If you do not set a clear aim, you will find yourself wandering through life without purpose, jumping from one distraction to another, always searching for fulfillment, but never finding it. Without direction, life becomes a series of meaningless tasks, and even small obstacles feel overwhelming because there is no greater purpose driving you forward. A goal provides structure. It gives meaning to your struggles and clarity to your choices. Without a defined aim, you will be drawn toward short-term pleasures that leave you feeling empty. Many people avoid setting goals because they fear failure. But failure is not the worst thing that can happen. Living without purpose is. When you aim at something, you create a framework for growth. Even if you don't know exactly what you want, start by moving towards something better than where you are. The pursuit of a goal forces you to develop discipline, resilience, and skills you wouldn't acquire otherwise. Over time, your direction will become clearer, but the first step is to aim at something. Without a goal, life controls you. With a goal, you take control of life. Life is full of challenges, and avoiding them only makes you weaker. Many people spend their lives running from discomfort, hoping that if they ignore problems, they will go away. But this never happens. Problems that are ignored grow larger, and fears that are avoided gain more power over you. Strength is developed by facing difficulties, not by escaping them. Every great individual in history became who they were because they confronted challenges, endured struggle, and refused to retreat when things got hard. If you want to grow, you must be willing to face adversity. If you want to be strong, you must be willing to push through hardship. If you want to be respected, you must stand firm in your values, even when it is uncomfortable. Growth requires effort, and effort requires courage. Courage. The world does not reward those who run from difficulty. It rewards those who take action despite their fears. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. But if you avoid struggle, you will always be weak, dependent, and controlled by circumstances beyond your control. Discipline is the key that separates those who achieve from those who do not. Many people waste their lives because they prioritize comfort over discipline, pleasure over progress. But comfort is deceptive. It offers short-term ease while slowly stealing your potential. The path of least resistance leads to mediocrity and regret. Discipline, on the other hand, leads to strength, mastery, and self-respect. Discipline is not about suffering for the sake of suffering. It is about training yourself to do what is necessary, even when it is difficult. Those who develop discipline are able to control their impulses, stay focused on their goals, and push forward when others quit. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality, ideas into accomplishments, and potential into success. If you lack discipline, you will be ruled by your distractions, your emotions, and your weaknesses. But if you cultivate discipline, you will gain control over yourself, and with that control comes power, the power to create, to grow, and to shape your own destiny. Those who embrace discipline become the ones who make a difference in the world, while those who avoid it spend their lives wondering what could have been. Truth and meaning are the foundations of a fulfilling life. If you do not seek truth, you will be easily misled by society, by your own emotions, and by the distractions that pull you away from what truly matters. Many people live in denial, avoiding hard truths because they are uncomfortable. But ignoring reality does not change it. The pursuit of truth requires courage because the truth is often painful. It reveals your flaws, your limitations, and the consequences of your past choices. But it also provides clarity, allowing you to see what must be done to improve. Truth is the foundation of personal growth. If you deceive yourself, you will never escape your own weaknesses. Seeking truth means questioning your own beliefs, learning from those who know more than you, and being honest with yourself about where you need to improve. Meaning, on the other hand, is what makes life worth living. If you do not pursue something meaningful, you will be drawn toward distractions that offer momentary pleasure, but no lasting fulfillment. Meaning comes from striving towards something greater than yourself, whether it is through learning, creating, or contributing to the world. A life without truth is a life of confusion, and a life without meaning is a life of emptiness. Seek both relentlessly, and you will build a life that is strong, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. If you don't take responsibility for your existence, you will be controlled by forces outside of you, your emotions, your circumstances, or the expectations of others. Many people spend their lives blaming external factors for their failures, never realizing that the power to change lies within them. When you refuse to take responsibility, you become a victim of life rather than the creator of your own destiny. The truth is that no one is coming to rescue you. No one will hand you success or meaning. You must claim it for yourself. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that despite life's unfairness, you are still accountable for your actions, thoughts, and the direction of your life. It means understanding that your choices have consequences and that you alone must face them. When you stop making excuses and start taking ownership of your future, you unlock the ability to grow, improve, and build a life of purpose. Those who take responsibility gain control, while those who avoid it remain trapped in mediocrity and regret. If you do not set a clear aim, you will wander through life without purpose, constantly searching for fulfillment but never finding it. Life does not provide meaning automatically. You must create it through intention and effort. Without direction, every difficulty feels overwhelming, and every decision becomes a source of confusion. A goal gives structure to your actions, a reason to endure hardship, and a standard by which to measure progress. Without a goal, you will waste time on meaningless distractions and temporary pleasures that leave you feeling empty. Many people avoid setting goals because they fear failure, but the true failure is to never try. If you aim at nothing, you will achieve nothing. Even if your initial goals are unclear, aiming at something better than your current state will set you on a path of progress. Through striving, you refine your purpose. Those who lack goals are controlled by life's circumstances, but those who set a clear aim take control of their own future. Life is full of challenges, and avoiding them only leads to weakness and dependency. Many people live in fear of struggle, seeking comfort and ease at the expense of growth. But problems do not disappear when ignored. They grow stronger. Strength is built through facing difficulties head-on, through enduring hardship and learning from failure. Every great individual in history became who they were because they confronted challenges rather than ran from them. If you want to grow, you must be willing to struggle. If you want to be strong, you must push through discomfort. If you want to be respected, you must hold firm in your values, even when it is difficult. Growth requires effort, and effort requires courage. The world does not reward those who flee from hardship. It rewards those who take action despite their fears. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. But if you avoid difficulty, you will remain weak, constantly at the mercy of forces beyond your control. Discipline is the bridge between potential and achievement. Many people waste their lives because they choose comfort over discipline, pleasure over progress. But comfort is deceptive. It feels good in the moment, but ultimately leads to regret. The path of least resistance leads to mediocrity. Discipline, on the other hand, leads to mastery, self-respect, and fulfillment. Discipline is not about punishment. It is about training yourself to do what is necessary, even when it is difficult. Those who develop discipline gain control over their impulses, remain focused on their goals, and persist when others give up. Discipline is what turns ambition into accomplishment, ideas into reality, and potential into success. Without discipline, you will be ruled by distractions and emotions. But with discipline, you gain the power to shape your own destiny. Those who embrace discipline build meaningful lives, while those who avoid it drift aimlessly, wondering where their time has gone. Truth is essential for a meaningful life. Without truth, you will be deceived by society, by your emotions, and by your own fears. Many people choose to live in denial, avoiding hard truths because they are uncomfortable. But ignoring reality does not change it. Seeking truth requires courage because the truth often reveals uncomfortable facts about your weaknesses and mistakes. However, it also provides clarity, showing you what needs to be done to improve. If you deceive yourself, you will remain trapped in stagnation. Seeking truth means questioning your own beliefs, learning from those who know more than you, and being honest with yourself about where you need to grow. Truth is the foundation of progress, and those who pursue it gain strength and wisdom. Those who avoid it remain lost in illusion. A meaningful life is one that is built with purpose, discipline, responsibility, and the relentless pursuit of truth. If you do not actively shape your life, it will be shaped for you by external forces that do not care about your well-being. Many people waste their lives on distractions, afraid to face the discomfort that comes with growth. But a life without meaning is empty, and a person who avoids responsibility will never achieve their potential. The choice is simple. Either take control of your life and build something worthwhile. It moves forward with or without you. If you do not act, you will be left behind. The decision is yours.